Hello, my name is Jerry Pizzette, and I'm Vice President of Database Systems Corp, a 38-year-old A-plus rated software engineering company whose products and services have been installed worldwide to virtually every state in the Union. Today we are going to discuss a relatively new technology called voice broadcasting. Simply stated, voice broadcasting, or VB as it's also known, is a form of communication that lets you send a simple phone message to hundreds or even thousands of people simultaneously. This technology is also referred to as call blasting or automatic phone tree technology. Delivering a phone message to a large group of people was often a laborious and time-consuming process. One person might be tasked to call each individual on a phone list and repeat the same message over and over until everyone was called. If there was a busy signal or no answer, the caller then had to redial the same number until the message was delivered. Phone trees were often used to send group messages. A phone tree is like a pyramid scheme and requires some advanced planning. An initial call is made to a select list of individuals who in turn call others on their own list. Back in my own military days, we used this technique to contact service members to initiate an emergency-based recall. In emergencies, some companies would call key employees using phone trees to respond as well. Churches would also call congregation members to announce special events using these same phone trees. Needless to say, these techniques have some very serious drawbacks. First, it takes quite a bit of time to make all these calls, even using a phone tree concept. For example, if someone in the phone tree is unavailable, the calling process becomes even more time-consuming because of the necessary redials. One missing person might result in dozens or even hundreds of people not being called. Not only that, but with manual calling, the message is not always accurate or consistent. This technique might work well for a small group of people, but if thousands of individuals needed to be contacted, this manual dialing process is totally unworkable. What is voice broadcasting? So now that we've identified some of the problems associated with phone trees, how do we fix them? Well, using modern computer technology and marrying it with today's telecommunications equipment, our company has developed a means of sending a simple recorded message to hundreds or even thousands of individuals at once. DSC offers a Windows-based computer program that can communicate with both digital and analog phone lines. An analog phone line is typically a home phone landline. Digital phones are more likely found in large organizations that require many phone lines throughout their building. It should be noted DSC maintains its own data center that has hundreds of digital phone lines dedicated to our voice broadcasting service. In short, our Windows-based program takes a recorded voice message, typically 30 to 45 seconds in length, as well as a list of phone numbers to be called, then automatically sends this message to each of these numbers in the phone list. Depending upon the number of phone lines available, this process can take just minutes to perform. Our VB program can also determine if the call was answered by a human or an answering machine. Additionally, it can also detect if there is a busy signal or if no one has answered the call. In this case, our program can reschedule and redial the call at a later time. This is done automatically with no human intervention required. Once a voice broadcast has been started, our VB program can also provide real-time statistics letting you see how many calls have been made and the status of each of those calls. So who are the typical users of this voice broadcasting technology? The use of voice broadcasting is really just limited to one's imagination, as you might guess. Since first introducing our technology in the early 2000s, DSC's voice broadcasting is used in a wide range of applications in government and in private businesses, as well as nonprofit organizations, and even by individuals. How does VB work? Now that you understand what voice broadcasting does, the next question is, how do you go about using this technology? DSC is one of the few companies that provides voice broadcasting as a system and as a service. Our voice broadcasting program was designed to be used on a standalone Windows PC, or it can operate over the web as an online service. You can also use a smartphone to manage your VB account. Here are the typical steps required to initiate a voice broadcast. Build one or more phone lists. Record a phone message. Start voice broadcasting. Monitor the results. Here's a little more information regarding each of these steps. Let's start with phone list construction. Building a list of phone numbers is simple. Just edit a Word or Notepad or spreadsheet document that contains these numbers. Any number of name lists can be stored on our system, so you don't need to keep loading these each time you wish to make your calls. Our VB program manages these lists, and you simply select the appropriate list whenever you initiate a broadcast. Now let's discuss voice message recording. You'll now need to record a phone message that you wish to broadcast to your list of numbers. DSC makes this process very easy for you as well. As a service client, DSC provides you with a toll-free number to call, along with a client ID. When you call our number, you are given a list of options, including recording a message to broadcast. This is just like the phone company allows you to record your voicemail greeting. Once you are happy with the message, simply save it, and it's now available for broadcasting. This same message can be used again if applicable. It's now time to start VB and monitor the results. From our VB program, you are provided a list of options. One of these is the option to start a voice broadcast. Simply select a list of numbers to dial and select the voice message you wish to send to each of these numbers. You are also given the option to start a voice broadcast immediately or to defer the broadcast to a later date and time. Unless your broadcast is an emergency, calls will only be made during daytime hours and into the early evening. Once a voice broadcast has begun, you can monitor the results of the calling program online as well. Progress reports are available showing you the number of calls accepted, the numbers that went to an answering machine, number of busy and no answers, and other miscellaneous things. It's now time to present what separates DSC from other voice broadcasting vendors. Every business likes to claim that they are the best of whatever they do, but we feel our products and services speak for themselves. Here are just a few VB features that should be looked at when deciding which service vendor is best for you. DSC is one of the few vendors that provides both systems for purchase as well as online services. Our phone systems work with both analog and digital phone lines, giving you the flexibility of starting with a small analog system and working your way up to a digital phone line system as your requirements grow. Our VB phone service is ideal for businesses and groups that need an affordable method to broadcast messages but don't want to maintain their own phone system or phone lines. For less than the cost of one home phone line, DSC can provide the ability to perform voice broadcasting on a monthly basis. There are some vendors of voice broadcasting that quote rates that are indeed very attractive, but it's important to take a look under the hood at their service. Most, if not all, of these vendors use IP technology and not digital phone technology when broadcasting messages. This is a very low-cost service, but the voice quality of messages being delivered is often substandard because the phone messages are transmitted via the internet and subject to internet bottlenecks. DSC, on the other hand, only uses digital technology that sends very clear messages to your call recipients, ensuring the message is delivered without distortion or disruptions. Besides distorted messages as a result of IP services described previously, probably the number one complaint from our users was their previous vendor could not properly identify an answering machine when a call was delivered. DSC prides itself in having developed, along with Intel, the means to not only detect an answering machine, but also how to start playing the recorded message after the greeting from the machine has completed. Have you ever received a recorded message on your answering machine that starts in the middle of the message and you have no idea what the message is all about? That's because their technology is unable to determine when to begin playing the recorded message to an answering machine. Some vendors warn their clients to repeat the recorded message twice to ensure the full content is delivered to an answering machine. With DSC broadcasting systems or services, you don't have to worry about truncated voice messages. Why choose DSC? Database Systems Corp has been in business since 1978. That says a lot about a company, especially in the technology field. We've experienced the many cycles this industry has been through, including the technology bubble of the 2000s, as well as the financial crisis of 2008. DSC has always placed our clients first, which helps ensure customer retention, loyalty, and contributes to our longevity. DSC maintains its headquarters in Phoenix, Arizona, and also manages its data center located there as well. We have a live customer service center that is available to our clients during normal business hours, Monday through Friday, as well as emergency services available 24/7. Who are some of our clients? Well, as they say, the proof is in the pudding. Throughout our history, DSC has had the privilege to serve a broad spectrum of clients across most industries and government agencies. So we've decided to drop a few names, shamelessly. Here's a brief list of some of our current and former customers. In closing, we want to thank you for taking the time to view this video and hope you found it to be informative, educational, and worth your time. And finally, we would look forward to providing voice broadcasting to your organization. Thank you.